Welcome, traveler, to Orion Reads. Let's get into it. I am an intuitive reader. I'm new to tarot, but very seasoned in energy reading. This reading is intended to offer insight into a situation that is on your mind. If this message finds you, it's because it is meant to. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. So this is the third recording of the day because the first two didn't have sound. And it was a bummer because you missed a bunch of cards that I never pulled before, but c'est la vie. Okay, first card. Seven of Cups. Second card. The Sun. Third card. King of Wands. Okay. I've definitely never pulled the Sun before. I've definitely pulled the Seven of Cups. King of Wands is... I'm not sure, actually. But let's get into it. Either way. Take what works and leave the rest. Never force a reading onto your situation. Some of the readers I follow pummel me with accuracy. And some don't. It's my responsibility to discern the difference. All right, here we go. First card. How ironic. I'm picturing... That's so bizarre. I'm picturing aliens right now, and I only say ironic because of everything going on the last couple of years with the fear-mongering. But that's a whole other conversation. If you want to have it, comment below. I'm seeing take your pick. I'm seeing you get the pick of the litter. I'm seeing choose wisely because there's no give backsies. Also, please let me know how the sound sounds. I hope I fixed it. I also hope I fixed the camera because it was moving a ton before. Hated that. So comment below. Let me know. Or I'll just find out when I review before I post it. Okay, yeah. So I'm seeing. It's like a still version of like in my head I'm seeing like a conveyor belt with all these options just going by. There's this one game I play. It's called like Stacking the Shelves. It's like at a store, and there's like this one conveyor belt that keeps going with all these different options, and that's what this is giving me. I'm excited to see what the book says. Let's see now, actually. 4:44 on the clock, or on the timer rather. Let's see, Seven of Wands. Okay. Many options, multiple choices, and possibilities are available to you. You may feel I'm so proud of myself. You may feel indecisive. You may procrastinate and live in a dream world of wishful thinking and illusion. Pick and choose and be realistic about what you can commit to. Take proactive steps rather than fantasize. I could not agree more. I kind of wanted to read this one more time for myself. Just make sure I got everything. You may feel indecisive. Yeah. It's the you live in a dream world of wishful thinking and illusion, but I don't think that's a bad thing personally. So kind of like when you're on a mission to do something that you've never done before, either a life path, a life purpose, like a big decision, a move, a new job, whatever it is, I'm a fan of kind of going to the naysayers. I'm a fan of going to people, if you're fortunate enough to have people in your life who actually care about you and want you to succeed, I think it's worth heeding their advice because ideally it's from the perspective of I care about you. I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to regret this. And I think it's worth it to at least hear them out. Kind of like there's this one show that I follow that at the very end of the series, one of the characters reached out to... I watch a ton of supernatural, sci-fi, comic book TV. Weird, surprising, I know. But he basically had a conversation with his shadow self. And the shadow self is ruthless, doesn't take any prisoners, doesn't trust anybody, etc., etc., etc. And by the end of the conversation, he was like, okay, good, thank you. You haven't told me anything that I didn't already consider. And that was the whole point, just to make sure that all the bases were covered. So that's, sorry. So that's the energy that I'm getting with that specific phrase. But yeah, choose wisely. And again, a major theme is discernment, discernment, discernment. We are vibrational beings having a physical experience. I'm reading vibration. I'm reading what's coming to me. And we all have that ability. The question is, how distracted are you from accessing it? Yeah? Okay. The sun. Oh, also, I read from the wish fulfilled. What does this mean? The first card is the energy that you're in now. So this is your conveyor belt. These are all the options that you have available to you. The second card is a preview of what's coming. This is the sun. We'll get there. The third card is where it's all leading to, which is the King of Wands. Again, we'll get there. So the sun. This is, you are a cosmic baby. You are being cradled in the arms, the hands, whatever, of the universe. What are those photos of like newborn babies who are like super tiny, sleeping in hands? Like it's like that. It's giving me divine guidance, fool energy, but you're still a child, which means you're still connected to the cosmos. So don't be fooled by the child, like, and the innocence associated with it. I've been saying for years that children are so much smarter than adults are, in the sense that children don't know what complicated means. Children don't know what the rules of the 3D are. They just came from the cosmos. So they understand divine flow. They understand, in theory at least. I haven't had this conversation with a child yet, but they understand the divine flow. They understand synergy. They understand vibration, and that's what they lean towards. For example, if a child throws a temper tantrum, as far as emotional regulation, is that right? Emotional regulation. They're trying to dispel whatever negative energy is in them, and then notice how 2 minutes later they're good because they've gotten rid of it, essentially. Excuse me. This is where it gets tricky, because obviously, it's up to adults to guide emotional regulation and support such things. But notice how I use words like guide and support, not dictate, not take over, and not lead in whatever direction necessarily. And that's where I feel like the disconnect comes from. I just posted on one of my other accounts the idea of unlearning behavior that no longer serves you. So I feel like this is that. All right, getting back to this card. I feel like I sidetracked a ton. Yeah, this is divine flow. This is divine guidance. This is having the cosmos at your back, and this is all about being rooted in your experience, being rooted in the presence, being rooted in your body, because life is a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Let's see. Ooh, so excited I am, throwing things around. All right, the sun. Let's see. I actually like reading it as I read, because it obviously gives me more insight. Something I'm so glad I figured out. All right, let's see. The Lovers, the Strength, the Chariot, the Hanged Man, the Sun. Okay. Good fortune, happiness, joy, and harmony is coming to your life. The universe is coming together to guide you towards positive outcomes. There is radiance and abundance. This beautiful, warm energy will get you through to the tough times and help you succeed. Okay, that kind of threw me off just a little bit, but so this is where you're at with all the options that you have available to you. And as long as you use your discernment and choose wisely, I feel like you can't go wrong. It doesn't matter what anybody else sees. It matters what you see. Another theme that I've been getting in these readings is beware of the illusion of the 3D. The 3D isn't real. If you take all of the matter in the world, isn't the theory that it'll all fit on the head of a pin? That doesn't leave very much. Like, we're vibrational beings having a physical experience. So use your discernment, use your internal guidance system, use your intuition to make this decision. And as long as you do that, it will lead you here. This is what's coming. This is automatically what's coming. This is on its way. So keep that in mind. All right. And the King of Wands. Okay. This is giving me stoicism. This is giving me anchored in your resolve, anchored in your power. This is giving me resolute vibes. I don't know if you can see his face. There's focus. He's pensive. Tarot has no gender. I keep saying that I'll comment on that when the time comes, and I will. Let's see what this reads. King of Wands. King of Wands. King of Wands. Here we are. You are energetic, action-oriented, optimistic, and strong. You are also friendly and good with words. You are supportive and lenient of others, while independent and needing your own freedom. You are a natural-born leader and extremely capable. Yeah, this is comfort in your own skin. This is owning your power. This is, I'm ready for this. I've done the work and I'm here for it. I like it. All right, guys, I believe this is all I have for you. As always, take what works and leave what doesn't. This is your journey. This is your experience. Like I said, I think it's healthy, to finish that rant I was on before. I think it's healthy to check in with, people who don't, how do I say this? On the one hand, there's the advice, never take advice from someone who you don't want to be like, who you don't want to model yourself after. However, like I said, I feel like it's healthy to heed the advice of people who don't necessarily agree with you, because it helps you look at the picture from all angles. I really hope that makes sense. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for that algorithm magic, so I may continue to do these readings for you. All right, family, I appreciate your support. Take care.